Good afternoon and welcome back to CLCTV. I'm your host, Ben Carlson. So far, the groundhog appears to be wrong with his prediction that spring will come early. With the additional 3 to 6 inches of snow that Brainerd got yesterday, it seems like winter may never end. But the snow has not stopped the Raiders from preparing for spring sports. It demonstrates that spring will come right around the corner. Here's Ethan Sullins with more.
Winter is finally almost over. At least that's what I keep telling myself. But with that comes the lovely weather of spring. And with it, an American classic. That's right, Central Lakes College baseball is back to the grind, practicing up for the next big game. To tell us more about the season to come, we caught up with Coach Brian Voigt to see what it's all about.
Yeah, so last year we started out pretty hot. We came out and came out 4-6 in Arizona. We lost a couple close games. We could have easily been the opposite in 6-4. In the games down there in preseason, like they are similar to this year, they're all teams that are mostly up in a level from us, and so it's always really good to come out of a trip that way doing that. Then we came back and had a brutal spring as far as weather-wise, and we're back inside for 3-4 weeks of practicing inside. But the guys responded pretty well. We were able to come in, still be able to get quite a few games in and play some of the most games in our conference when it comes to that, and finish third in our division, which was just short of being able to go to the region tournament, and that's what we're striving for this year, is making sure that we can get into the region tournament. Our first home game is April 6th and 7th. We host a little mini tournament. There's 4 teams that will be here for that weekend. So game times will be probably 10, 11, or 2 and 4, or 10, 12, or 2 and 4. We're working it out with their travel and doing that kind of stuff with 4 teams coming. That's our first games in Brainerd. Our first games back in Minnesota are March 23rd. So hopefully the weather cooperates with us. I know we're about to get some more snow, but it will eventually melt and we'll get out playing baseball at that point.
Thank you, Ethan, for that story. You gotta love the sights and sounds of the boys of summer starting up. It really is a signification that spring is right around the corner. Now, to survive the long winters, there are plenty of other activities on campus. Here's Christian Taylor with even more.
The Student Life Center is a great place to go if you have time between classes, or if you just want to meet new people on campus. There's a food shelf open to all students with a variety of foods and drinks. There's also a gaming station with the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch. All of the board games are available at any time the Student Life Center is open. On the other side, there's shuffleboard and 2 pool tables open to anyone. Club Olympics started back up on Tuesday night with a hot dish cookout. Each club brought their own dish and presented them to the 4 judges for a taste test. It was the Diesel Club coming in 3rd place, Horticulture Club coming in 2nd place, and Marine Sport Club came away with the victory.
Congratulations, you are in 1st place.
All right.
All around good taste, good balance of flavor, originality.
Now on to a more serious note. Yesterday, guest speakers from Men as Peacekeepers came to CLC. Men as Peacekeepers is an organization that educates the public about sexual violence and other social issues.
Today was about bringing students, faculty, and staff together and community members for a workshop to really sit down and just have a conversation about, what are some prevention efforts that we can take? What are, first, what are some of the roots of sexual violence? And with that, what are some prevention efforts that we can include on our campus and within our community?
One thing that I really like to tell college students to try to remember is the importance of believing people when they tell you that something has happened to you. So if someone says that they're experiencing violence in a relationship, or they've experienced a sexual assault, the first thing that we should do is really listen carefully and just say something like, "I'm really sorry to hear that that happened to you." Because there's going to be a lot of people who ask them questions about what happened, who maybe don't believe, who find ways, unfortunately, to suggest that it might be their fault. And so to have friends and classmates and people around them who say, you know, I believe you and I'm really sorry that that happened, it's a really big deal.
Last week we unveiled our two-part series we call Secrets to Success. In part 2 of our series, Pete Peterson offers more tips on how students can succeed in college.
Well, CLC's email is the #1 communication tool that the college uses, so that is how we communicate with all students. We don't snail mail things out anymore. Can't tell you how many times a student comes in and says, I didn't hear that, I didn't get that information, and I say, did you read your email? Well, no, I don't ever read that. Well, that's where that information is going to. Most important thing is have some type of a method where you can write things down. When are things due, so that you can keep on track and be successful at getting them done in a timely manner. We all have many things outside of the academic world here, whether it's a job, whether it's family members, maybe you have a spouse. So you need to be able to figure out how much time you have to allocate to each one in order to keep your life in balance. Students that get involved, because they're making more connections on campus, and that's what it's all about, is making connections with people, being active in other things rather than just coming to school, going to the classroom and leaving.
A new art exhibit will be opening February 26, presented by the CLC Art Club.
This is an exhibit of artwork by all of the members of the art club. I think 13 of them have artwork exhibited in here. We have a total of 15 members. Seems like we're getting a new member every week. It represents a wide variety of mediums, from photography to various types of painting, pencil drawing. There's even some needlework, clay, a lot of conceptual stuff. Just a wide variety, good exposure. It would be February 26th. Opening reception is 2 to 5. Should be, I believe it's going to be for a couple of weeks. We'll know for sure here as we get closer to the date how long we're going to have it open for. Yes, it's open to the campus community, Brainerd community, everybody. We'd like to get as much exposure as possible. A lot of the students here, this is their first time showing something in a gallery setting, so it'd be nice to have them get that support from their community.
So as you can see, there's a lot of activity going on around campus if winter is getting you down. Another thing to look forward to is spring break right around the corner, March 8th through to 17th. That concludes another episode of CLC TV. Be sure to watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. For Mark Ambrose, Brent Balmer, and every student involved in this production, I am Ben Carlson. Thank you for watching, and make sure to tune in next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. for another great episode. Have a great rest of your weekend.